Hey guys, what's going on? It's Billy here from the best place to buy gold online, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and check out my website goldfinancial.de. Go ahead and register yourself for a free account over there. So in today's video I just want to talk to you about the history of monetary collapse and the end of the gold standard. I've said this previously time and time again, gold is money, but its status as money has been disparaged continually by governments and economists. Economists, especially in the period since the international monetary system collapsed and America ended the convertibility of dollars into gold in 1971. The monetary collapse in 1971 should have come as no surprise. The international monetary system actually collapsed 3 times in the 20th century, 1914, 1939 and 1971, and perilously close to collapse in 1998 and 2008. Since today's international monetary system is largely based on the US dollar, a new collapse will be triggered by a collapse of confidence in the dollar and its role as a store of value. It may be surprising, but such collapses do happen every 30 years or so. I think we've currently been on this system for around about 45 years. Based on the monetary history of the past century, we're probably at the end of the useful life of the current international monetary system and fast approaching a new one. Prior monetary collapses have not meant the end of the world. People did not go into caves and start eating canned goods. Monetary collapse meant that the major financial and trading powers of the time sat down around a table and rewrote what they call the rules of the game, which is a shorthand expression for the operation of the international monetary system. For example, after the 1914 collapse, there was a monetary conference in 1992 in Genoa, Italy, where the major powers rewrote the rules of the game and attempted to reintroduce the gold standard. After the 1939 collapse, there was a larger, well-known international monetary conference in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, in 1944 that rewrote the rules of the game around a dollar gold standard. Then after the collapse in 1971, when Nixon suspended the convertibility of dollars for gold, there was a series of conferences, the most famous being the Smithsonian Agreement in December 1971. Numerous subsequent negotiations took place all the way up through the Plaza Accord in 1985, the Lavrille Accord in 1987, which rewrote the rules of the game once again. The period from 1971 to 1980 was one of temporary chaos as the US muddled through and moved toward floating exchange rates. It was a dreadful period of economic performance. The US had 3 recessions between 1973 and 1981. The dollar price of gold went from $35 an ounce to $800 an ounce. Inflation took off. The value of the dollar was cut by more than a half. The dollar was rescued by Paul Volcker and Ronald Reagan beginning in 1981. This is when the world moved to a new dollar standard, also known as the King Dollar period. In effect, the US told the world that even in the absence of a gold standard, the dollar would be a reliable store of value. This meant ending dollar inflation and making the US an attractive destination for dollar investments. Volcker's monetary policy and Reagan's tax and regulatory policies accomplished these goals. US trading partners were essentially told they could anchor to the dollar. The sound dollar standard was successful from 1981 to 2010, a period characterized by solid growth until 2007, and with long economic expansions in 1980s and the 1990s. So from 1870 to 1971, the international monetary system used variations of a gold standard, with interruptions for wars. For 30 years, from 1980 to 2010, the world did not have a gold standard, but had this dollar standard instead. Now we have no standard and no anchors whatsoever in the international monetary system. It should come as no surprise that since 2007 we have been living with confusion, volatility, and suboptimal performance in the markets and the economy. When the next collapse comes, there will be another such meeting as those held in Genoa in 1922 and Bretton Woods in 1944. Investors today need to look ahead and ask, what will the new rules of the game be? Based on the answers, they can figure out how they should construct their portfolios today to protect their net worth when this inevitable turmoil comes. So there you have it, guys. I hope you got value from this little video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and share. And as always, see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.